Hello, and welcome back to Legacy of Leaders, where we interview the brightest and most interesting leaders in the community. And today is no different. I'm your host, Whitney Mincey, joined by a very special guest, Mr. Jeff Taylor, who leads the Jacksonville SQL Server Users Group. Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Well, I'm so glad to have you here as a leader in the tech space, but also as the person that is mentoring a lot of the up-and-coming leaders in the tech space. So for those that are not familiar with your group, tell us a little bit about it.
Sure. So it started about 21 years ago. Devin Knight, who worked at a corporation downtown, decided to get a bunch of his teammates together and present and start bringing in new technology and talking about it and training his team to help them improve their skills and also the company's ability to function in the tech space.
Mm-hmm. And so for the people that join the group, first of all, who should join the group? And then also, what can they expect?
Sure. So anyone can join the group who touch the Microsoft data platform, whether it be managers, developers, engineers, data analysts, data scientists, anybody who's using any sort of data in their day-to-day job. As far as what can they expect, they can expect to be trained on the latest and greatest in technology. They can also be trained on, say, problems that have solutions by other technologists in the community.
Oh, wow.
We bring in speakers from Microsoft, we bring in MVPs and other technology leaders who have experience or have something that's challenged them and they've found a solution for it.
So it's really a place of community for people that are probably experiencing the same problems, working through the same issues in the tech space.
Yes, and as well as we also help connect them with companies who are looking to hire. So we have recruiting companies who come in and sponsor. We have companies come in who are looking for employees, as well as we have individuals coming to look for a new position.
Yeah, that's great. And so how often are you meeting with your group?
So we meet 9 times a year. The only times we don't meet is when we have our annual data conference. And then obviously we don't meet in November, December when everybody's
traveling.
Busy, yeah, for family.
Yeah.
For
okay,
holidays.
So what happens in these monthly meetings? What is it, just that space for people to learn about new technology and network and that type of thing? Or are there themes for these monthly events?
So typically we have hot food. We typically don't do pizza. A lot of user groups love pizza, but we have made a rule try not to do pizza.
Okay.
So we try to have a nice catered meal.
Nice.
Where we have networking, where we talk about the events in the community, so other events in the data space. We then have managers and people who are looking for work and people who are hiring communicate and connect at that point. We then have a presentation which could be from an hour to an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes, where we have someone present on a particular technology. Then we have Q&A, and then after that we normally have a networking time either there or we'll go to, like, say, Dave & Buster's afterwards.
Very nice. And so you also mentioned an annual data conference, and I know that it's coming up for this year in May, so tell us about that. What can people expect?
Sure. So this year we're actually doing a Star Wars themed event because
Very
it's
fun.
on May the 4th.
Yeah, but very nice.
And we will have over 60 sessions throughout the day. It'll be held at UNF. And we will have Microsoft MVPs there. We will have Microsoft employees there. We will also have a pre-con the day before. We actually have 2 sessions scheduled for the day before. And they're all day sessions focused on one particular technology. So the first one is going to be on Fabric, and that's being put on by Patrick LeBlanc, who's part of Guy in a Cube.
Okay.
And then for the second one, it's going to be on Microsoft's Open AI platform. And Buck Woody, who is a data scientist for Microsoft, will be bringing his team to the event to do that pre-con as well. So Saturday registration opens nice and early at 8 o'clock. We then have sessions until lunch. We have lunch. We then have a ice cream break in the afternoon. And then we have more sessions following that as well. And then we have our sponsors run a raffle at the end. And then we have our after party there. During lunch, however, we have a Women in Technology panel where we have special guests come in and talk about technology and women in the technology space and some of the challenges they've experienced there and how to overcome them. We also will have a SQL clinic where individuals who are having challenges in their job can stop by the SQL clinic to ask those MVPs, to ask those Microsoft employees and those data leaders questions to help get them over the hurdle in their day-to-day job.
Wow. a jam-packed schedule, it sounds like.
Absolutely.
So it looks like we're almost out of time. For those that would like to sign up for the event, where can they go to do that?
Go to SQL Saturday. It's spelled sqlsaturday.com/JAX, J-A-X, and all the information is there. Whether you're interested in sponsoring or attending, it includes all the sessions and all the topics and all the speakers there as well.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. If you'd like to learn more about Jeff and this group, make sure you go to dailynewsnetwork.com. All of his information will be listed there. And we will see you next time on Legacy of Leaders.